Although the continent of Kenshi was populated by many minor factions competing with their neighbors for resources, a unique stalemate existed in the swamps of the south, where outcasts, outlaws, exiles, adventurers, and criminals braved the many environmental dangers for the sake of settling in a land of freedom and fairness, where one might actually reap the rewards of hard work without nobles or priests taking it for themselves. Forming a decentralized faction that emphasized individualism, the Swampers controlled Shark, the territory's only city, as well as Mudtown and 2 small villages. A land teeming with vicious blood spiders and crop-eating river raptors, Swampers also enjoyed many benefits from the territory, including plenty of fresh water, fertile soil, and fishing for food. Yet the most lucrative opportunities came from farming hemp, which grew exceptionally well in the area and could be made into the narcotic hashish to be sold for enormous profits either illegally to the shinobi thieves in the United Cities Empire or legally to the tech hunters. A land of abundant resources with no governments or religious institutions to seal it away, the Swampers were not the only faction interested in the region, resulting in gangs of all sorts establishing a foothold in the territory. Without a central government or standing army to defend themselves, the Swampers were at risk of losing all they held, and so negotiated an agreement with the 5 most powerful gangs of the region, including the Hounds, Blackshifters, Grayflayers, Stone Rats, and Twinblades, to forge a peace agreement and loose alliance where they all agreed to share the territory, while keeping the city of Shark neutral to all. Each of the gangs would be allowed to continue operating as they saw fit, but would respect the peace and not interfere in the affairs of others. Profiting greatly from this alliance, each faction established their territory and businesses, but it was all built upon a very fragile peace between gangsters ultimately motivated by money and power, meaning that despite all they'd accomplished, the land might descend into warfare and violence in an instant over something as simple as a personal dispute or tavern brawl. The most powerful of all the swamp gangs, the Hounds held the greatest influence over neutral Shark after establishing their headquarters in the city. Led by the Greenlander woman Big Grim, they also held the village of Rot and primarily produced hashish for sale in foreign markets. Always on the lookout for new recruits, adventurers could pay a set fee to Ears, a Hound diplomat found at the Dancing Skeleton Bar, for an introduction to Big Grim, who, after testing their loyalty and skills, might accept them as an ally. Led by Big Darkbrow, the Blackshifters were the next most powerful gang of the swamp, as they ran a casino in Shark and another in the Swamper settlement Mudtown. A faction of warrior hivers, they primarily earned cats through gambling, money lending, and extortion, though they also held a secret drug lab for the sale of hashish. One of the more respectable gangs of the swamp, the Grayflayers, led by Big Gray, made their money through raids, heists, and mercenary work, in addition to smuggling hashish. Running their crew out of the Grayflayers village and a smuggler's bar in Shem, rumors claimed this secretive gang adhered to a code of honor that demanded they only steal from those who deserved it. Oppositely, the Stone Rats were considered low-level thugs, earning cats by extorting business owners for protection money, all the while arrogantly strutting around Shark, picking fights with innocent travelers. Led by the Shek warrior Big Al from the Stone Rat village, their behavior was known to start brawls in the streets of Shark that could escalate rapidly, engulfing the entire city in violence. A Scorchlander gang with only a small presence in Mudtown, the Twinblades under Big Fang focused their efforts on kidnappings for ransom, yet they gained a far more disturbing reputation when it became known they kill and harvest the organs of those unable to pay. Transporting and selling these organs to the highest bidder, the Twinblades were also known to extort doctors and surgeons for more inventory. By entering into an agreement with the Swampers, the Hounds, Blackshifters, Grayflayers, Stone Rats, and Twinblades collectively controlled much of the swamp, yet they were not the only gangs who settled the region, as other, more minor, non-aligned factions had a presence as well. Led by the Red Saber boss from the Red Saber hideout, the Red Saber bandit crew roamed the territory, attacking and robbing passing travelers. Mortal enemies to the Swamp Ninjas, another non-aligned gang that patrolled the swamp, the two were known to attack each other on sight. Led by the Scorchlander woman Shade, the Swamp Ninja base was found just outside the territory in the South Wetlands. Lastly, there were the Band of Bones, a faction of Shek rebels led by the exiled warrior Tora the Fearless out of a small camp in the Sten Desert, northwest of the swamp. Strict adherence to the Shek culture of endless battle, the Band of Bones sent regular patrols into neighboring realms, where they attacked anyone they met, not only to rob them, but also for the thrill of battle. A special thanks to all those who contribute to CivilizationEx, like Drac the Bronze, Raj the Jar, Your Cheap Date, and Sir Elendil of Numenor. If you wish to help the channel, be sure to give a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and click on the links below, or else go to patreon.com/CivilizationEx, where you can gain early access to videos, vote on future content, or watch the Patreon-only series, Heroes of Lore and Legend.